Hello everyone, we just finished up with the opening night film from the Overlook Film Festival, and this is The Dead Don't Die.
Bill Murray,
Adam Driver, Chloe Sevigny,
Iggy Pop,
Tom Waits. Like, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many good people in this movie. Danny Glover's in there.
Tilda Swinton, she's in it. Yeah.
And basically, we just got back, and it is sweltering here, so we're trying to relax a little bit. But it's...
I got so excited when we got back to the Airbnb that I proceeded to put on my pajamas and take off all of my makeup, completely forgetting that we had to record this review. So please excuse me. I looked amazing tonight. Just saying. I got compliments everywhere. You guys just don't get to see it.
This movie is one of those that's undeniably funny.
Yeah.
Like,
unexpected.
I expected it to be pretty good. Whenever we were in the theater, I always try to judge a comedy or a horror movie by the unsolicited reaction, and this movie had so many laughs.
Mm-hmm. It was funny. And it was like subtly funny in areas too. It wasn't like slapstick or anything like that. Like, this was funny. It had some minor slapstick moments, but so does any good zombie show. Like, there's just silly things that happen whenever you have to decapitate people. And it was a movie that lived up to every expectation I could have had for this, because I was sold on the trailer a few months ago whenever it first came out, and I just can't say enough about how much this movie actually delivered. It's like the first time I saw Zombieland as far as horror comedy goes. You're just blown away, you're happy, and you want to see it again. I gotta say, the main thing, and I actually wrote this down after the showing, is that this movie isn't about a situation that these characters so happen to be in. This movie is about the characters that so happen to be in this situation. That, I think, is what made this movie absolutely beautiful, was the characters.
It definitely was. Everybody was just varied and different and interesting. You've got the grizzled old cop in Bill Murray. You've got Adam Driver, who's just kind of an overly analytical, calm character who was doing exactly what you would think that you would hope you would do in a zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
You've got Tilda Swinton, who's one of the weirdest characters I've seen her play, and that's saying something because she's played a lot of weird ones.
And I always love when characters break the fourth wall, and that happened quite a bit, particularly with one character throughout the entire movie, and it's funny, it's endearing, the audience gets to be part of the joke, and so it's really good. In this movie, I gotta say, played on itself a lot. It made fun of itself, it made reference to itself, it was great.
It was one of the most self-aware zombie movies I've ever seen, and I think that it worked so well, especially in this genre that tries to take itself so seriously at times. To just have someone play with it was a great thing to see, and it wasn't quite as crazy as some of the others in this genre that have done the zombie comedy thing, but it was still these characters were better than the other ones. It stood above those in my mind. I think this movie really does work.
And I do want to say this movie wasn't just all laughs. What I really enjoyed is that there were some moments that had absolutely stunning cinematography.
Yeah.
One particular one is the scene in the cop car was gorgeous. Some of the scenes that they used to show the townspeople and whatnot was really well thought out and really well made, and I have to give them props for that, because a lot of times I feel like it's one or the other, and this one had a very nice median for me.
Yeah, and whenever you're talking about this sort of movie where there's going to be some social commentary and all that, sometimes it can be completely overbearing. And I feel like this movie, they took ideas from Land of the Dead from Romero and a lot of other influences. They brought up some of those social commentary on obsession and everything else, and built it into something that really fit with the movie without being too lofty and heavy. And I'm not sure how much of the movie they actually let Bill Murray and Adam Driver improvise, but it felt like there were definitely moments where you just got to have the authentic them playing off of each other. And if it wasn't improvised, it was very well scripted. There wasn't I guess Chloe Sevigny's character might not have been the most effective. She was the blonde cop. she was the most effective in the movie, but that's also because there were so many other really good characters in the movie that she kind of fell behind.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I wrote. Some of the characters, I'm not entirely sure why they ended up in the movie. I'm all about characters that drive other characters through the plot points and everything, but I'm not sure if it was necessary in some cases. I do gotta say, Selena Gomez's character, I felt like was not necessary.
Yeah, I feel like they had like a story hook there that they didn't execute on.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton is another one. Really cool story. We loved her character and everything. It gave a completely different aspect to what was going on.
Yeah, she could have been a character from like Welcome to Night Vale or something. She was just that odd.
Yeah, she was definitely strange. This is a very slow movie. There's maybe 10 minutes at the end where stuff is actually happening. If you're looking for something where you start killing zombies within the first 15 minutes, this isn't the movie.
Yeah, it's not John Wick style action. It's a very silly, interesting, introspective movie. Mm-hmm. And I always love seeing Bill Murray, and to see Bill Murray back in like a very like just solid comedic role where he gets to take the lead and they wrote a good script for him. Mm-hmm. Like it definitely feels like vintage Bill Murray.
It does.
I'm very happy with that. And it was cool to see Adam Driver in something that wasn't Kylo Ren.
Yeah. I like Adam Driver as a actor from, I've seen him in Girls, that HBO series, and he was very good. I enjoy him quite a bit, and I thoroughly think that he stole the show in this movie. Bill Murray is amazing, and I love him. He's great, but I feel like Adam stole the show.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the way they played off each other, because pretty much every scene where they're in it, like they're together, and they're just the way they work together is perfect.
Yeah.
I want to see more of them like doing movies together. Mm-hmm. I feel like the director here broke a lot of the rules of like standard movie making, but he did it in such a way that like he was able to just like throw it out there and make it work.
And I think that's because, and I wrote this down also, is that even though this is a very stereotypical movie about zombies, it was completely unexpected. Yeah. It was completely unexpected. The kind of which way the story ended up going, with the callbacks, with the breaking of the fourth wall, was all completely unexpected. Yeah. I was not able to predict any of it.
Yeah, like it followed, I don't know if you could say it followed like the standard 3-act structure even. Like it was just something that was effective for me, was obviously effective for the audience there. Like people were kind of buzzing getting out of the theater there. And I feel like we're going to be kind of fighting to find a movie that leaves us like feeling that good afterwards. We're going to see some nasty stuff. So it was good to start out with this big dose of laughter and everything else.
It was great. So overall, did you like it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I loved it. Is it worth seeing when it comes out in theaters on the 14th of June?
I would say so. Like it's like the perfect summer date movie. It's just a good movie to go see. Not because it's so cinematic you have to see it on the big screen. It's not Endgame. It doesn't have the budget for that. But because you're actually going to be laughing with a giant group of people and you're going to feel that presence in the theater.
And you're going to want to talk about it afterwards. You definitely want to have coffee or something afterwards and be like, oh, did you like when this happened?
Yeah.
And all of this stuff. This is a feel-good, great genre comedy that so happens to be about zombies. The Dead Don't Die, starring Bill Murray and Adam Driver and a bunch of other people. Go see it.
Definitely go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you enjoyed this, we're going to be putting out a lot of stuff for the Overlook Film Festival as well as other things in the future if you run back to this one. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want updates, and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/humanechoes.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.